encourage your soul, enlighten your mind, and empower your faith. This is the Light Network. If you want to be a serious Bible student, a successful servant, and a powerful preacher, this is the podcast for you. Hello and welcome to Preachers in Training. My name is Robert Hatfield, and it's that time of year again. Mariah Carey, Michael Bublé, Pentatonix, they're all dusting off the vocal cords, preparing for the holidays. And that also means that one Chad Landman is with us as well.
I am in the same breath as Michael Bublé and all those guys. Wow.
Now,
nice.
So that no one is confused, unlike the aforementioned artists, Chad Landman is very busy throughout the normal times of the year. But he pops in for the annual holiday gift guide episode here on Preachers in Training, an annual tradition. And here, season 16, episode 14, we got the 2023 picks. Let's catch up a minute first. I mean, how are things going? You're still serving the Graymere Church and
still at Graymere, working on year number 7, and
that's crazy.
It's going very well. We've got
in Columbia, Tennessee, I should say.
Columbia, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going extremely well. And my 3 boys are all in full-time 5-day-a-week school now, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So we've been doing that, but we're very much looking forward to Christmas time. It's a lot of fun in the Landman household right now with 3 boys. So very good.
I love it. Active digital parenting is still happening these days.
Yes. And I have, and not to do a little plug, but I have started something since last year. And that was, I've got a new website, digitalparentingworkshop.com.
Okay.
And I also have a YouTube channel of the same name.
Okay.
And I just posted a new video this week, or today, actually, this morning.
Ooh.
And I have been doing that. I've done about 75. I've literally done about 76 of these workshops over the last 8 years, and I've never had a proper website until August.
Wow.
And so it just finally caught up with me, and I finally did a YouTube channel. And a lot of the stuff on the YouTube channel is stuff that I talk about in the workshop. So in 10-minute bite-sized segments.
Yeah.
And so that was the last video, but then I've got one up today that's a little bit newer than that one. So
okay. And including that, so the one prior to the absolute latest, iOS 16 and changes every parent should know about. See, this is great. Keeping us all informed because it is different.
And they're not long, drawn out technical videos. They're, 10, 15 minutes, and hope just give you some practical things. And if you've got any questions for me, I get questions all the time, but if you've got any questions for me, and that is still running very well. I'm booked up full for 2023, and I just booked one for 2024. Really? Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, there you go. I love it. The latest video is, should you make a device contract with your child? Intriguing. Okay. Digitalparentingworkshop.com. We'll have the link to that in our show notes as well. Good. Anything else going on? Not that that's not enough. Anything else? I don't want to pigeonhole you by only plugging Graymere and Digital Parenting Workshop.
Oh no, that and my family is my life.
That's what you do. I mean, I can't imagine you have time for much else.
Yeah, ministry and digital parenting, and my family, of course, is my life, and it is going extremely well. The digital parenting thing has allowed me to travel to California and Texas this year, and
fun.
I have just been extremely blessed with it. It's kind of back rolling at full steam since COVID, and just a wonderful work at Graymere is going extremely well. And we're excited about 23, of course, and getting things scheduled for that. So it's going really well.
That's cool. There's a game that is going on in the background of your shot here. What game do we have?
That's the good old Gradius from the regular NES days. I've just got playing on loop there.
Yes, that's fun.
I'm a big retro game enthusiast. I love retro video games. If anybody has any retro video games that they don't want, I will absolutely take them. I'm a very big retro game enthusiast, and I can't spend hours and hours and hours on these new games. I just like to sit down and play for 30 minutes, and my boys love them, and it's wonderful. So we've got a little setup back here, and we call it the man shelves back here. So
the man shelves. I love it. All right, we have I think about 11 picks this year that have made the annual gift guide, and this is fun times. Whether you're going to add any of this or none of it to your Christmas list, I just like talking through this stuff, and it's kind of nice to be kept informed, up to
Right.
date about the stuff that's out there.
Right.
And we have a nice eclectic blend of things. But as
I
we
try
would
to make it
expect,
not
it's very
Yeah,
techy
I
too,
try to make
which
it
is
it's
good.
tech centric, but
Yeah.
it's not all tech stuff. And so there's some analog things and tools on here. And so I'm
Great.
looking forward to going through the list with you.
I love it. Well, shall we dive right in? All the links to this are in the show notes. Preachers in Training, thelightnetwork.tv. Look for season 16, episode 14. Okay, we'll remind you of that before we're done as well. First on the list is a charging stand, right?
And some of this stuff is just not exciting, but it just makes your life so much better. This one actually has a
Absolutely.
15% coupon on it on Amazon right now.
Ooh,
Anchor is a very good
I
brand.
see this.
And they have a little thing down there at the bottom. The little pad at the bottom is for your AirPods or for your Apple Watch. You can actually charge your Apple
Okay.
Watch on that as well. And
Yeah.
it's if you have a 12, I think it was a 12, or maybe it's a 13 or 12, 13 or 14 phone,
Uh-huh.
it will just magnetize and charge to this. I love MagSafe, and it is just so wonderful to just
Hmm.
be able to lock that on there, and it looks like it's hovering. It's very, very neat, and it will do
Yeah.
7.5 watt charging. Just really, really good. The back of it is like a chrome pipe. It looks really, really nice, and it's really shiny, and it's just a really nice little object, and it looks really good. And I
Hmm.
don't think they have it in other colors, but black is the best color. So that one is very. It's just a
Yeah.
very nice little charging stand.
So you take your USB-C charging cable and plug it in the back of the base of this thing,
Hmm.
and then now suddenly you can charge simultaneously or otherwise your AirPods and your iPhone at the same time. Very, very
Absolutely.
cool.
And I have two of these. I have one in my office and one at home
Yes.
beside my bed, and it's
Mhm.
just automatic. Some of these charging stands can get pretty expensive, and this one's really good value, and it looks really good, and it's
Mhm.
not going to break the bank.
Yeah, I love it. With the new iPhone and well, certain models of the new iPhone, the Pro, right? The always on display.
Hmm.
I know more and more guys who want to have desktop charging stands, if for no other reason than just the live notifications that come in on your phone. It's a little more accessible, things like that. So, yeah,
Absolutely. And these
very
phones
cool.
are so smart. The fear of overcharging them or charging them constantly,
Mhm.
that doesn't really exist anymore.
Mm.
These are very smart devices. They know when to charge and when not to. And so it may say that it's charging or that it's plugged up, but it's gonna condition that battery pretty good. So I leave
Good.
this on my desk. I leave it on my if my phone is on my desk, it's on this, and it's just neat to be able to pull it off real quick
Yeah.
and walk away, because there's all sorts of things where you're getting up at the church building and
Mhm.
walking to somebody else's office and different things like that. So
Bill Wade is the associate minister and family minister here at Henderson. And he and I were talking the other day. He said, if you would have told me, 20 years ago, maybe 20 years plus, that, I would be basically tied to a device all the time, he
mm,
said, I would have laughed in your face. But the point he was making was now, how do you do ministry without a cell phone? And maybe
right.
there are guys who do it. Maybe you do it well. But I think for many of us, you got to have your phone. So, a device like this, a nice charging stand, it'll go a long way for you, I
Oh,
think.
it's definitely part of it. I love the ability just to send somebody a like I saw somebody pass by me this morning. They said, "Hey," and I just sent them a text message saying, "Hey, it was really good to see you just passing by this morning on the way to work." And
Mhm.
that led us to all sorts of a discussion
Yeah.
about life and about things that were going on, and that's ministry right there.
Yeah, that's right. All right, and it's sort of in the same vein now, we move from a charging stand to a magnetic battery.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen a million of these kind of magnetic batteries, but this one is actually one the nicest one I've found.
Mhm.
It is a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, which means you could charge your phone, most phones, about 1.5 times. The battery in your phone is
Ah,
probably anywhere from 3,200 to 3,500. So if you do the math, you can do it about 1.5 times. And these things are very, very good. This particular one, I've got the first generation one without the little folding stand on it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But this one is really nice and thin. I would not even, Apple sells one that is white and kind of,
Mm-hmm.
it's similar to this. There's a lot of different magnetic battery chargers, but Apple's is twice the cost, and
Yes.
it is less capacity, and it won't even charge your battery one time if you have a Max model.
Right.
And so these are just, I mean, 25% off right now, $44.99. These are so easy to do. You just slap them on if you're needing some extra power, and it has really saved me in a pinch, especially on a plane. You can
Mm-hmm.
set them up landscape like that, doubles as a stand. It's
Ooh.
really, really nice to be able to put these on your phone, and you can use them with MagSafe cases as well. So anything that works with
Mm.
MagSafe, if it works on that stand that we talked about before, it'll work with this as well.
Yeah. MagSafe is that little ring looking well, I've got a MagSafe case on,
Yep.
but anyway, there's a ring looking thing there, but that's actually built into these phones, right? 12 or 13 model and later, I forgot
12,
the
yeah,
age.
12, 13, and 14.
Okay, there you go. So if you have an iPhone 12 or later, there's this magnet thing on the back of your phone, whether you can see it or not, and there are special accessories that snap onto it. So
And it's
that's
all of
pretty
them.
cool.
It'll work on the mini.
Yeah.
It'll work on the
Mhm.
regular 14, 13s. It'll work on the pros. That's not a pro only thing. That'll work on all those phones.
And more than just, a handy way to add accessories, it's more than just a magnet. It's actually there's smarts in there that work with the phone that make
Hmm.
things. I've got the little wallet, and it knows where my wallet is. It knows when my wallet is attached or
Hmm.
detached. Same thing with a battery, and that enables that sort of wireless charging,
The
which is pretty
wallet
cool.
actually has an AirTag built into it.
Yeah, how
Um,
about that?
and I
That's
almost
pretty
put an
cool.
AirTag on my list here as one of those things. So that could be like a honorable mention. But man,
Mm.
AirTags, whew, they have gotten me out of a pinch for sure. And it's
I
what's really fun is putting one in your luggage
yes.
and then getting on an airplane and seeing it
See where it
come back
goes.
to the concourse. It's
Right.
really interesting. So, and the AirTags are only $29, and you can get cases for them for 10 or $15, and
Yeah.
they'll fit anywhere. But yeah, very good, very good.
I just put an AirTag on my dog.
Yeah,
Uh, in his old age, he's getting sort of
yeah.
anyway, whatever.
I want to
And
attach one to
so
my kids'
yeah.
shoes, man, to make sure I know where they're at.
Yeah, yeah. Apple technically doesn't want you to use it to track people and things, but I mean,
Mm.
whatever. Apple AirTags. Okay, honorable mention there. Yeah, really, really cool. And that was the Anchor magnetic battery.
Yeah.
MagGo, they call it,
Hmm.
whatever that means. Okay, very good. Is this a USB key? Are we back to the
It's just a
flash
USB
drives?
key, but I tell you what, it is a really, really nice. That picture right there makes it look so big,
Yeah, you're right.
but it is incredibly tiny. I have probably washed as many of these in my pants pockets as I have bought them.
Do
I've
they
got probably
survive the wash?
it actually does. I'm still using one, and
What?
there, look at how tiny it is. It's just incredibly tiny. And
Yeah.
you would think, why is he recommending a USB key? Well, here's the thing. You can, yeah, sure, like this guy's right here on the video, you can use it on your phone, but I have a Mac, and
Mhm.
it's so easy. Everything is USB-C now, but there's still computers in the building that I need to transfer files. Our big printer in the library is still on USB-A, and so I need to
Yeah.
be able to, will flip around like a switchblade and just switch it around from USB-A to USB-C, and it is a
Ah, I
wonderful,
see.
wonderful little drive. 3.2, so it's
Uh-huh.
got fast speeds. This is not one of those slow drives, and
Mhm.
man, you get 32 gigs for $12, so it's not a big deal at all. These are
Mm.
just really neat. I know a USB key is not very exciting, but you wouldn't believe how many people I show these to, and I bring these to speaking engagements, and they go, "Ooh, that's really cool."
Yeah.
And then I end up sending them one on Amazon as a gift.
Yes.
So
Made out of zinc alloy, so these things are tough, and it's $12.
yeah, really not really nice.
That's crazy.
I put a little lanyard through the top loop there,
Yeah.
and it will actually, you can't even feel the thing in your pocket. It's so small, and they're very, very good. You can get a 64 gig for like $15.
Wow. Okay, times have changed. But yeah, if you like many of us, exactly that, transferring files to the Bible class computer so you can
Yes,
show it on the projector.
there you go.
And my computer only has USB-C. that computer only has USB-A,
Yep. Yep.
which is so annoying. Okay. I like this. Yeah, very, very practical. $12. Okay. The next item on the list costs a little more than
I was about to
$12.
say, this is not a
Okay.
$12 item. This is the most expensive, but it's probably one of the most familiar. And we don't need to go
Yeah.
into depth and talking about the benefits of AirPods, but these are the second gen AirPods. And you think, well, the first, there's not a big difference between the first gen, second gen. The sound quality and the noise cancellation alone have taken
Hmm.
an enormous leap since the first ones. And I have had AirPods Pro in my pocket ever since day one.
Mm.
And so I got them, I believe, in January 2021, maybe. And I have had them ever since. They are just incredible for talking on the phone. I don't know about you, but as a minister, I spend a lot of time on the phone.
Yes.
And it is so wonderful to be able to have wireless earbuds in the car. In the state of Tennessee, we can't. I know people that have gotten pulled over for actually holding their phone up to their head. You can't
Right.
do that lawfully anymore, and so you have to have something hands free. And AirPods Pros, I have them mostly for listening to podcasts and talking on the telephone, and it's just
Mhm.
absolutely wonderful. And they're super tiny. They got a bunch of different cases for them, and
Oh,
of
you have
course, we're
yours
very
there.
familiar with AirPods, but Pros have the special. They have the ear fittings on them, so you can
Okay.
actually um, use them, and they're in ear, but they're not. They don't go very deep.
Mhm.
And the noise cancellation, let me tell you, putting these on, and by the way, the snap, did you hear that snap? Let me let you
Very
hear it.
satisfying.
The snap is so satisfying.
I love that.
The noise cancellation is so good on the new ones. I can turn it on, go to a coffee shop that's noisy, playing music, lots of people in there,
Mhm.
and I can just sit and write on my iPad and not hear anything but what I want to hear.
Oh,
It's
okay.
incredible.
That's nice. So I know we've had AirTags at some point in the past on the list. I mean, sorry, AirPods.
Mhm.
But they're iterating them, and that's really cool. Is this the new one that it's got like a speaker in it now and stuff
Yes.
in
So
the
it's actually
case?
it's got a little thing on a lanyard hole thing on it, and then
Yeah.
it's got speakers on the bottom.
And what
And
does
so
that
you've
do
got
exactly?
it's got an AirTag built into it. So when you
Oh,
inevitably lose these, because this is a very small thing,
they're small.
or when your child takes them to another room and you don't know where they're at, not saying that that's ever happened to me, um,
That was oddly specific.
you get a very loud this case gets surprisingly loud, and so you can
Oh,
actually
really?
signal the case using the Find My app on your phone,
Mhm.
and it will say, I'm over here, and it'll beep and give you the signal, and it's really, really nice. The
Okay.
Apple did something with the new ones. They put the location chip inside the case, but they also put it in each earbud so that
Oh, that's smart.
if they're separated, if they're in three different spots, you can be able to find them by sound as well. So if they're one stuck down in the couch or something,
Yeah, yeah.
you can find it. It's really, really fantastic.
That is so smart. Okay, I love that. The AirPods are right now on Amazon when we're recording this. They're marked down from 250 to 230.
And
Okay.
I mean, this is one of those things where I would recommend don't buy them from Apple, because
Okay.
you'll probably get a better price at Sam's Club or Costco or Amazon
Oh,
or
okay.
anything like that. And
Right.
if you buy them at Apple, you'll get them full price. But of
Yeah.
course, I would just try to get them somewhere else. They're really, really nice.
Okay. So this pick is the Apple AirPods Pro second generation. They still sell AirPods
They still sell
regular.
the regular AirPods. So if you don't
Yeah.
like the in-ear kind of feeling,
Right.
my wife does not like the in-ear kind of feeling, and she
That's that
always
little thing on the end of them there.
right.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, it's not like I've never been able to wear in-ear headphones.
Mhm.
Never before AirPods Pro. These are the
Mm.
only ones that have ever fit for me, and they don't fall out if you get the right size. They give you a different, three different sizes of ear tips with them, and so you
Okay.
can figure out which ones that work for your best for your ears.
Okay. All right. Very good. that man, the AirPods have been a game changer ever since the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're just so good.
They're so good. I don't like this wire right now that I've got plugged up to my
Yeah,
microphone.
yeah.
I'm sitting here kind of tugging on them thinking, what, this is like
I know
ancient
it's so
times
it's
having
so
wires attached
restricting.
to stuff. So
So restricting. Okay. Nice. And in the realm of audio, we go from personal audio to home audio now, right?
and I have this in my office specifically. And
Mm-hmm.
because our office is pretty busy sometimes and there's people in and out and things, and I need
Mm-hmm.
a couple of hours, to bang out a Sunday morning Bible class and to write
Mm-hmm.
that and to have concentrating study time. And this is the best. It's just hands down the best speaker that you can buy.
Wow.
It will
Okay.
work over AirPlay with any of your Apple devices or any other Bluetooth devices, and it will play your Apple Music. It will play podcasts. It will play any audio from your Mac. I like to use it as it's the speaker because I use my laptop here in clamshell mode, so it's closed
Okay.
in my office, and I have a dedicated monitor. But I always tie my AirPlay, my wireless audio, to whatever is coming on the laptop. So I watch the
Mm.
YouTube videos and listen to sermons and different things
Mm.
like that and podcasts through the HomePod Mini at $99. I mean, it is just. I wouldn't say it's a steal, but it's such a good speaker, and they have a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of different colors, and it's just a wonderful little speaker. I
Mm-hmm.
don't use the assistant part of it for anything. I'm not saying, hey, lady in the tube for anything. I'm not trying to get any kind
Yeah.
of information from. I literally just play audio through it, and you can
Just as
actually,
a speaker.
yeah, and you can
Mhm.
actually buy two of these, pair them as a stereo pair, and use them as home speakers if you'd like to for like your Apple
Yeah.
TV or something.
That's what's cool about these things. If it's been a while since you've like been in the speaker realm, I know for some of us, like, we get some computer speakers or whatever, and we use them for 10 years until they break or something. But yeah, these new smart speakers are where it's at. And Apple has done a really good job with these. So this is the HomePod Mini, and it is voice assistant enabled. But yeah, really, really good stuff.
Yeah, and it
Can
just if
is
you and
there
you
a
don't
lag when you're listening, like when you're watching a YouTube video on your computer and it's playing the audio even though it's wireless, right? It's not connected to a by a
there is a
cord?
very minute lag. The only thing I can't
Okay.
do on my Mac with the HomePod Mini is edit
Mhm.
video because I have to be
Okay.
going scrubbing back and forth and things like that. But
Okay.
pretty much everything, you hit the space bar to resume a YouTube video, and it's going to pick up within a second, half a second, something like that. And so
Oh, cool.
there's a
Okay.
minor delay, but it's not very bad at all.
Not anything worth noting.
No.
Very neat. They come in 5 colors: space gray, blue, white, yellow, and orange. That orange one's nice looking, I've got to
Yes, it
say.
is.
It's very nice looking. Okay. $99 from Apple. Is this the kind of thing, can you find these, snag some deals and stuff on the HomePod Mini? You've linked to the Apple website
I
for this.
did, and it's because I couldn't find it on Amazon.
Oh,
But I
interesting.
have seen them and I keep saying about Sam's Club and Costco and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen these marked off $5-10 at Amazon and
Oh,
Costco. So yeah, you can definitely find. It's not a new product by any stretch.
okay.
It's probably about a year and a half old. But again, just a very good quality product. A great speaker for $99.
Yeah. Okay. Very, very cool. All right. So far, we've seen a charging stand, a magnetic portable battery, USB key that's actually a dual drive, which is neat, AirPods Pro, and HomePod Mini. One, two, three, four, five. So we're 5 in, almost halfway there. All right. Now we're going to desk tech. I like this. I like to nerd out about the desk.
Probably should have grouped this one with the charging stand
No,
and
this
maybe
is good.
the
For most
USB
of
key,
us,
but
yeah, I'm some people aren't like this. I was talking with a guy not long. In fact, he's a host on the network here, and he said, "I don't need but like 18 inches of space on my desk to do what I need to do. I don't care what the rest of the desk looks like." I am not that
I was
person.
about to say you're not that person.
No, and I made me cringe a little just to hear him say that. But hey, to each his own. But I'm a big fan of getting the right tools on your desk, maximum efficiency,
Hmm.
all of that stuff.
Buy once, cry once is
There,
what I
that's
say.
right. That's exactly right.
And I
All
did
right.
not do that with this, but let's go ahead and hit it. I'll tell you a little bit about my desk mat journey.
Oh, okay. All right. This is important.
I'm not going to go into depth, but I bought probably 3, 4, 5 desk mats. It was exasperating. I
Really?
couldn't find one that I liked. One would
Yeah.
stay in place, didn't look nice, didn't feel nice. One that was in the summertime, I can't have one where my arms are sticking to it like they're leather seats, in a car
Yes.
on a hot day. I
Right.
can't do that. I was like, man, what am I doing? And then I found this brand Orbit Key, and Orbit Key has a bunch of stuff. They have a bunch of really good stuff, and they had this desk mat on sale for $89, and I thought that's a little
Mm.
bit more than I want to spend for a desk mat. But it's got this really cool. You'll see in the picture there. It's got a really cool little thing in the top left corner where you can. It's a little magnetic cable holder, and it's
Ooh.
got this kind of valley ridge thing at the top where you can put items there, pencils, pens, different things like that. I have a 70-inch wide desk, and this
Oh.
is they have a number of different form factors and sizes of this desk mat, but the leather on this thing feels incredible. It has not been sticky, and the cool thing is that I was going to just say your perfect timing there. It
Oh,
flips
nice.
up to where you can put documents under it, like a sheet of paper or
Ooh.
two under it and that's the whole thing. It doesn't just come up on the corner. It comes the whole thing comes up. So you
Oh.
can keep stuff under there and kind of tucked away when you need it. And so when different things come in and when different things come in the mail, like a letter or different things like that, I can put those in there if I need to keep track of them and whatever. But it has just been absolutely wonderful. And of course, they make it in white if you have a dark desk, or black if you have a white desk. And it's just, it's the best desk mat that I've had. I've had it for about 6 months now, and highly recommend it. It is wonderful.
That's cool. Well, talk about the advantage. Like, why do you want a desk mat as opposed to just using whatever surface your desk is made out of?
Well, back in the day, I remember my dad used to have those huge calendars as a
Right.
desk mat,
Of
right?
course.
And so I feel like desk mats are coming back in a style, but for me, I use a mouse and a trackpad for
Mhm.
stuff, and the mouse tracks so much better
Yeah. Yeah.
on a desk mat, and I'm able to write. I'm writing in a notebook and writing in a planner, in a digital analog planner. Sometimes I take my iPad down and I will write on it like a notebook with my Apple
Mhm.
Pencil
Mhm.
sometimes. And it's just nice to have something on the desk there to where stuff is not going to slip around, roll off, or anything like that. And it just gives your desk it's just a feeling of solidarity there to where stuff is not going to move
Yeah.
around. And this has like a felt bottom to it, and so it's extra heavy. It's kind of
Mm.
extra thick, so it's really not going anywhere. It's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Back in the day, we had to have like mouse pads and stuff because the rollers on the bottom of our mice back then would only roll on certain
Right,
surfaces, and
right.
every once in a while you had to take the ball out and clean the dust off the
And
sensors
if
and
you've
all
got a
that.
nice desk on this will help protect that desk. It'll help protect that
Okay,
wearing
that's true
spot
too.
right there that you use your mouse with,
Right.
and it's gonna be really nice for that.
Yeah, and I was gonna even still to the point you made, even our laser mice. I haven't
Hmm.
referred to a laser mouse in a long time because they're just that's
It's
just
just
the way
become
mice are.
irrelevant, right? Yeah,
But, yeah, even they do better on certain surfaces than others, so
yeah.
that's good. Okay, check it out, the, Orbit Key Desk Mat, made from premium vegan leather and
I don't know what
recycled pet
vegan leather
felt.
means. I don't know what that means exactly,
I don't know either.
but I can say what it means. It
Okay.
feels nice is what it means,
Okay.
because it feels really, really nice.
Yeah. Comes in black and white and large and medium. Alright, and check it out, $99 for, the large, 79 for the medium.
Ooh,
Very
20%
cool.
coupon on that
Ooh, wait a
medium one.
minute, wait a minute. You gotta apply that too. There you go.
We're costing you a lot of money again, aren't we?
We might be. Yeah, we might be doing that. All right, okay. Coffee now. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't remember a coffee pick
Now,
before.
here's the thing, Robert.
Okay.
I would never recommend any coffee because coffee. Okay, let's back up. I am a coffee snob. Didn't know if
Okay.
you knew that or not.
Okay. All
Very
right.
particular about my coffee because I drink it black. I don't put anything in it.
Right,
So it's got to
same.
be good.
Mhm.
And it's got to be good tasting coffee. It can't be this, just regular old,
Yeah.
stuff, Folger stuff from the
You're
bun
not
in
bringing
the
Folgers
office.
out. That's right.
Exactly. And this coffee right here, there's a local place here in Columbia that opened up. They serve this coffee. It's not from Columbia, Tennessee. Um, but it is, to me, when I brew it, it's impossible for me to mess up.
Mm.
It tastes the same regardless of what I do, and it is so good. It's
Okay.
the Onyx Coffee Southern Weather blend. They got a bunch of different blends that I have been too chicken to try. Um, but this one is very good. It's got a good amount of caffeine in it.
Okay.
It's one of those really good stout coffees, but it's a medium kind of roast.
Yeah.
And so it's not going to be like super dark or super light. It's going to be just kind of right there in the middle.
Is this
And
the stuff that's in it? Milk, chocolate, plum, candied walnuts?
some people can be like, "Ooh, I taste the hints of these things in it." And I'm like, I don't. It just tastes like really good coffee to me.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
get any of those kind of hints with that, but it's just really really good.
It's
That's all
just
I can say
good.
about it.
Okay. All right. I love it. $17.50, a 10-ounce bag, and it comes in a really fancy
Oh
set of
yeah, I want to
boxes.
use the I use the bottoms of those boxes to like put field notes in. It's really nice.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's gotta be done. All right. Onyx Coffee Southern Weather Blend. Okay.
We
And
don't have any
now
preachers that drink coffee, do we? You don't have
no,
any
no, no,
preachers that are
no.
listeners that drink coffee.
Not at
Nobody else
all.
does. Okay.
Not at all. That's a part of the audience that I don't know that I've ever really gotten to know about. If you drink,
Mm.
please let me know if you drink coffee. I'm positive you
There
do.
you go. The
We've
coffee
talked about
drinkers.
coffee
Hey, the
before.
passionate coffee drinkers will come out of the woodwork, man.
That's right.
You better
That's
watch
right.
yourself.
Coffee snobs unite. Now we're going to a mug because we got to have something to put our fancy coffee in.
And I tell you what, this one again this is one of those buy once cry once. And again, it's not incredibly expensive.
That's not
This
bad.
is the best one I've ever found. It's got a minimalist design. You know how when you drink something out of one of these mugs, sometimes it kind of has that metallic taste
Oh
a little
yeah.
bit.
Uh-huh.
These have a ceramic, these are by Fellow, and these have a ceramic lining on the inside and
Oh.
this nice metal top on the top where you drink from.
Uh-huh.
And does not give me the metal taste at all. They're
Okay.
absolutely wonderful. And the best part is these things keep coffee hot for hours. I have poured coffee in this at 8 a.m. and screwed on the top and left it and forgot about it. And at 5 p.m. come back and the coffee is still warm. Like
Oh no.
you
Wow.
could drink it. So it's
Yeah.
very good at keeping
Yeah.
something warm or something cold. It's vacuum insulated and all that stuff. So
This says
they
it
got a
retains heat for up to 12 hours.
yeah, it's
It
I mean
stays cold for
they're
up to 24 hours.
yeah, they're not lying. And
That's
they're on
crazy.
sale right now. If you go to their website,
Okay.
you can actually I was looking for some Christmas. My wife loves hers. She
Mhm.
wants like 3 or 4 of them.
Mhm.
And she loves hers. And so I highly recommend this one. This is one of those. If you get one, I've got one that's the 12-ounce black one, and it is just it goes with me everywhere, every morning. It's really good.
Okay. That is the Fellow 12-ounce Carter Everywhere Travel mug. All right, I like that. And on Amazon, it's 22.50. You're saying there may be a sale someplace
And
else.
if you go to Fellow, the actual website,
Fellowproducts.com, is that
yeah,
right?
they actually
Okay.
have and now some of that stuff. Now I will say they got 10% off right there. Some of their
Yeah.
grinders and some of their stuff is very expensive, but
Okay.
their coffee mugs though are very cost effective and they
Okay.
do a really really good job.
Nice.
And they've
All
got some
right.
newer ones that give you some cleaning things and stuff like that, like all sorts of colors and
Right.
designs, and
Okay.
you can even get one monogrammed. It's really cool.
Ooh, fancy. All right. All right. Pocket knife time. Everyday carry.
Hey man, I
I
got
love
it.
it.
And I was thinking you have to think about your audience
Yes.
when you think about when you recommend something like this. This is the best knife I've bought all year, and it is
Really?
$32.
Okay.
And it is I've
Wow.
never heard of this brand before, QSP, and it's just a very high quality blade. I didn't grab it. It's in the garage out there as I'm recording here at home. But this one is really good. I bought two of them, I believe, in different
Oh.
colors. The handle is made of something called micarta. It's almost like a fabricy hard plastic,
Mhm.
if I can describe that. And they've got a million different colors, a million different styles of this one, but it's just a really good knife. The thing I like about it is the blade shape. The blade shape is called a Warncliffe blade shape, and it's almost like a cleaver almost. It's just a really cool little knife, and they're very inexpensive, but they're made of very good steel. And what guy would not want to have another pocket knife.
It's just handy. Listen,
Right.
you got to have something to help you open all these Amazon packages
That's
you're going to
right.
be getting.
That's
So,
right. If nothing else, you got to have that, right?
all right, the QSP Penguin Pocket Knife D2 blade, 3266. I mean, that's really not bad for something
No,
like this.
it's very, very cost effective on that.
Yeah.
You can get really, really expensive with some of these knives, and these are just not expensive, and they're very high quality.
Okay. There are only 10 left in stock. You better order soon.
I like that color. That's the one I recommended. I just like that color.
Yeah, I noticed that. What do they call this?
I've got that one, and
Blue.
I've got the red
They
one.
just call it blue. Okay. You have blue in this red right here?
Hmm.
Okay. Nice. And one stays in the garage and one what just goes with you when you choose to carry it that
Pretty
day.
much, yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
You do you have a variety of pocket knives? You
Oh, I
strike me
do.
as
Oh,
okay.
I do. I have way too many knives.
Okay.
Way too. Like I've got one in my pocket right now that I wouldn't recommend because it's not. Some of them I have that are pretty expensive, but I've got a
Yeah.
Benchmade knife in my
Oh,
pocket right
okay.
now, and so it's
Look how
it's made
quickly
of
you were
something.
able
It's not G10 plastic, but it's a Gravory. It's called a Gravory hardened plastic, and
yeah.
the reason why that makes these knives so expensive is because of the steel that they use in them.
Yeah.
And honestly, most people aren't going to notice that difference unless you're being really hard on these knives.
Okay.
But this one's
Good.
about $100 or so. So, but yeah, I'm a real big knife, EDC guy.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. We're nearing the end of this list, and we're going to what is at the heart of what a tender spot in every preacher's heart, and we're talking about books now, as it should be. I'm looking forward to these, and yeah, what a great pick here as we get going.
Have you read this one, Robert?
So I haven't read it in its entirety. No.
Well, let me tell you a little. Let me tell you a little something about this. So
Okay.
we had Dr. Gilmore. This is Pleasing God by Dr. Ralph Gilmore, and he's a longtime professor at Freed Hardeman University. Excellent, wonderful guy, godly man. Wrote this. It's a wonderful book to start with, but we as a staff, all four of our ministers at Graymere, we read this book and discussed it chapter by chapter every week at the beginning of 2022. And we decided, since Ralph was retiring, that he might need something to do. So we invited him to come for 3 weeks and just do a pleasing God, talk about his book for 3 weeks at the end of our summer series
Oh
back in
wow.
August.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so wonderful. And it has started a discussion about, uniting the younger generation and the older generation. And his main kind of thesis or argument for this is the younger generation wants to please God, but they want to do it in this way. The older generation wants to please God, but they want to do it in this way. How can we make those things come together? That's all. That's basically his entire thesis statement. And it's such a simple idea. And you think, well, that's such a simple thing. But he goes through, what does it take? What does it take to please God and desire God? And with the different things, with our worship, with our service, with all those different things, it's just a very powerful and simple idea of a book. And it's we bought a bunch of copies. We bought about 50 or 60 copies and gave them to people in the congregation. And it was powerful. It was a really good book. And not only would I encourage you to read the book, of course, but invite him out to your congregation to talk about it, because it's even more powerful when you get to have a powerful discussion with him and with your congregation as well.
225 pages. And if you're watching the video version, I was showing the table of contents there a minute ago too. Pleasing God, a relational approach to contemporary concerns by Dr. Ralph Gilmore. All right. And finally, tell us about this set of books. It's been around a little while.
It has been around a little while, and I don't know anybody else that. Do you have a set of these?
I do not.
I got in on that. This was a Kickstarter probably back in 2018, maybe several years ago. It's basically the Bible in 5 volumes, and it's on really high quality book and book paper. It's no chapter divisions, no scripture numbers or anything like that. It's just kind of a reader's version of the Bible. and they really took it to the next level. They designed their own typeface for this. They were
Wow.
going to do a different version of they were going to come up with a different version of the Bible, as far as like
Translation.
replacing different translation, right? Different
Hmm.
translation of the Bible. And that proved to be a little too much. So they've used, I believe, a modified version of the American Standard Version.
Okay.
And it's superb just for sitting down and reading, and it's just a wonderful thing to have on your shelf.
Hmm.
And again, they come in this little slipcover case, and it's wonderful to have. I've had them for several years now, but I saw an email a couple weeks ago that he's reissuing these. He's letting people reorder these and stuff like this. And the Kickstarter
Oh.
got over several $1 million when they did this. They were looking for like $250,000, and they ended up getting like $3.5 million or something.
Hmm.
And so it was incredibly popular. And some of this stuff is just really, really nice, as far as just reading it. It wouldn't be necessarily a study Bible, but it's just
Hmm.
a nice, when I want to read a passage, when I want to read Luke 15, for example, what I was reading the other day,
Hmm.
I'll pull this out, find Luke 15, and just read it without any kind of notes or footnotes or scripture divisions or
Yeah.
chapter divisions, anything. It's a neat way to read. It's almost like reading a novel again. So
The
highly
website,
recommended.
uh, Biblioteca, right? You don't pronounce do you pronounce
I
the
don't think it's Theka.
th?
I think I call it
Teca.
Bibliotheca actually, but that's probably not correct.
Biblioteca. Okay, I don't know either. Anyway, featuring the American literary version, a fresh update reviewed and approved by scholars of the American Standard Version of 1901. While archaic language has been modernized, thou to you, doth to does, etc., the exceptional accuracy and literary quality of the base translation have been carefully preserved.
And
That's neat.
basically, that's what that is. Yeah, basically they just had to call it another version because they just replaced those these and thous and things like
Right.
that, and just
Yeah.
modernized it. But it has the same meaning as the American Standard Version.
Hmm. Okay. Very good. We've got a link to this in the show notes.
And I think it's a little late to order for now, but I think that
Yeah,
you
that's
can
what
get
I was
in on the
looking at.
spring deal for like $159, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. All right, looks good. And it looks like they have several. Here we go. Here's the 159 down from 229 if you pre-order for spring of 2023.
Yeah, they have a
Yeah.
soft cover version too.
That
That's
is
for
that what
sale as
this
well.
is? I wonder what if that's what this is. But anyway. Oh, no, that's a hardcover. Okay, cool. And they're broken down in there. I mean, you can go on the website and look a little bit. You've got the 5 books and the former prophets, the latter prophets, the writings, and so on as you go down there. The way that they've broken
Hmm.
down those five volumes. Very, very cool. I like that. All right. I love these picks. Some good
Thank you,
stuff this
Robert.
year.
Thank you for having me
If
on again, man. Really
Oh,
appreciate it.
listen. Thank you. If you've never tried, and give it a try with your Bible software at the very least, just removing the verse and chapter numbers and all of the headings and
Hmm.
center column references and all that, it is a very neat way to read scripture. And like you said, it's not your daily driver study Bible by any means, but it
Hmm.
is just a nice way of sort of clearing your head and just reading the text, which is really, really cool. I always look forward to this every year. I hope our listeners do. I think they do. I think you do. A lot of really neat picks this year in the good old holiday gift guide and Apple AirTags honorable mention. We've got a link to all of these links to all these in our show notes. Look for Preachers in Training season 16 episode 14 on our website thelightnetwork.tv. And Chad, I'm sure for each of these purchases, there are many, many others that you have made to try and narrow it down, and a lot of research that you've done to make sure that you're recommending the best of the best, right?
Well, it's kind of like the desk mat that, I went through 5 or 6 of them to
Yeah, that's
find
right.
that one that's probably the best one that you can get. And I'll just save you $150 buying 5 or 6 desk mats, and you can just buy that one and be done
Right.
with it.
Very good. Very good. You can find Chad at digitalparentingworkshop.com. Any other place or thing we need to plug like where people can
I
find
still
you?
write
That's
at
probably the best one.
chadl.co. I still
Okay.
write there just a little bit. That's my personal website. And I do have
Mhm.
other resources and devotionals and classes and different things that I put there. So, but
Okay.
yeah, that's that. And then if Twitter is still alive and kicking, day by day, we don't know if it's
No
going to
one
be or
ever
not,
knows.
but I'm on
Yeah,
there
right.
as Chad Landman on Twitter. So
Good. All right. Check it out. And you retweet interesting tech kind of things from time to time, as well as other things you're interested in, I know. But I always like to see your perspective on some of that stuff, especially in the time of year when we have new tech releases and things like that.
oh
It's
yes,
kind of an exciting time in the tech space these days,
it is
especially if you're an Apple
lots of
person.
news.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's right. All right. Thank you, Chad. Appreciate it a
Well,
whole lot.
thank you, Robert. I really appreciate you thinking of me.
And thank you all for being a part of this episode of Preachers in Training. Hope you'll stick with us as we begin the end of season number 16 and prepare for season 17, Lord willing, starting in January of 2023. If you're listening to this chronologically, and I'll just put a bug in your ear, 2023 just so happens to be the 10th anniversary of the Light Network, which is craziness. And just stick with us. We've got some really fun announcements, new shows that are coming, a lot of fun things for our 10th anniversary of the Light Network. So I hope you'll stick with us for then. But including that is a brand new season. We're already getting it planned out and starting doing recordings and all that. Season 17 of Preachers in Training, because since Preachers in Training was one of the original shows on the network, that also makes this podcast 10 years old, which is a lot of fun. So stick with us. I think we've got some fun things you're going to enjoy. I want to thank you for being a part of this week's episode. Don't forget about the Facebook group. If you're so inclined, search Preachers in Training on Facebook. Love to have you a part of the conversation there. And subscribe in your favorite podcast app or on YouTube if you like the video version so you never miss an episode. Until next time, thanks for being with us. Let's go preach the word.